Franklin TV Sports presents exciting Franklin High School Girls Basketball. Tonight from the beautiful Franklin High Gym in Franklin, Mass., the Panthers of Franklin, with a record of 14-5, take on the once lost team from Wachusett. They are just 16-1 as the Mountaineers of Wachusett come to town as the number 2 ranked team in the state of Massachusetts. Hi neighbors, and welcome to our telecast. I'm Pete Royce. Working alongside is Chris Leverone, our statistician tonight, Stephen Roysowicz. Well, this should be a good matchup. It's a game that both coaches love to have because they're quality opponents and they built character for the upcoming playoffs. These two teams met earlier this season at Wachusett, and Franklin lost to the Mountaineers, and that score was 64-41. The starting lineups here for Wachusett. They will start Tegan Lampfer, a sophomore. Here's Jalen Scott rolling it up and in. Jalen Scott gets the first two right off the tip. I'll give you the starting lineups as we go along here. Also for Wachusett, you saw Scott. Sophie Gibbons is a junior. A freshman, big player at 6'1". Ball is knocked out of bounds. And for Franklin, the Panthers 12-5, 10-3 in the Hawk. This is a non-league game. Chloe Fales, the senior guard, captain, will start, as will Mallory Santos, a senior forward. Lauren DiGiorgio, a senior forward. El Bonacci, a freshman guard. The layup is up and good by Lauren DiGiorgio. We have a tie game. First tie of the game. And also starting is Lena Malamina. The steal by Franklin. Franklin with his chance for its first lead of the early game. Here's Malamina for three. It's good. Malamina buries a triple. And that's our first lead change. Franklin by one. We'll go over the scouting reports as we have time. We talked to both coaches. Here's a three ball the other way. That's no good. The rebound by El Bonacci. That's what she can do. One of the smallest players on the court. She boxes out beautifully. Bonacci to front court. Malamina in the paint. She'll pull up. Goes up and around. No. Rebound by Santos. Offensive board. Fales will drive, and she'll go through the lane. Loses the ball. Out of bounds. It'll be Franklin with the ball with 31 to shoot. Talking to Coach Jim Oxford, who was the head coach of Wachusett in his 19th year. And there's a steal by Jalen Scott. Scott takes it down the court, up and good. Scott has both buckets for Wachusett. Franklin by one. This is Santos. For Fales. Chloe in the paint dishes it for DiGiorgio. She'll take the three ball. It was deflected by Scott. And the rebound is going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Franklin ball. Nice job by Chloe Fales. 6:02 to go, first quarter. The officials for today's game are Sarah Dio and Paul Semenko. Out deep for Fales. Player-to-player defense by Wachusett. This is Malamina behind the back with the dribble. El Bonacci, the captain, along with Fales. This is Fales in the paint, and she's going to draw a foul. It's going to be on Jalen Scott. Jalen Scott, highly touted, talking to Coach Jim Oxford before the game. She already has several schools interested in her. She's only a junior. And Fales will be shooting two. First free throws of the night. Chloe Fales. First one is good. Franklin by two. 6-4. Second free throw for Chloe Fales, the 5'6" senior guard. One dribble and the launch. Swish. Franklin with its largest lead. No, they tied for the largest lead at three. They had three earlier. 5-2. It's now 7-4. Front court up, no good. Rebound by Fales. Santos drives the paint. It has her pocket picked by Jalen Scott. This is Scott on the left wing, dishes it up. Ball is loose, goes out of bounds. The nice play by El Bonacci. She knocked it off a Franklin player. It'll be Panthers ball. They lead it 7-4. Wachusett 16-1. This is a team that lost 7 seniors from last year's team. They had 3 players back, and look at them at 16-1. Fails to Malamina. Lena, cross-court dribbles, lays it up, no good. Rebound by big Kyla Yurkis. She's 6'1", and here's a foul on Fails. Maybe not a bad foul because Tegan Langford had the lane. So Chloe Fails picks up the first Panther foul of the game, non-shooting foul, and the Mountaineers will inbound it below us. Sophie Gibbons. Her sister was a great star here last year. Her sister's now playing for the Naval Academy. Yurkis in the paint. Dishes it back for Gibbons, Sophie Gibbons. 20 to shoot, plenty of time. On the drive is Gibbons. Down low, Yurkis up, no, and she draws a foul. It's going to be on Malamina. First foul on Lena, second team foul. And the tall player, Kyla Yurkis, the freshman only. Shooting 2. 7-4, 4:44 left in the first period. So glad you're with us, fans, on Franklin TV, and we're streaming on YouTube. Free throw was good by Yurkis. Franklin had scored 5 in a row before the free throw by Yurkis. She'll get a second one. And that's no good. Box out. And it's going to be a foul called on Wachusett on Hannah Quinn. Second team foul, first on her. The Panthers facing full court pressure. Kaylee Fernandez is in the game now for the Panthers. I'm sorry, Tessa Rodriguez is. Here's a 3-ball. That would be by Rodriguez. It's no good. Scott tries to get the rebound. It's off her foot. Nice play by DiGiorgio. And they say off DiGiorgio. So it will be Wachusett ball. Sarah Dio with the call, the referee. Sarah from the Attleboro area calling tonight's game, along with Paul Semenko. The drive there, up and good. Nice basket by Tegan Lampfer. We are tied at 7, second tie of the game. We've had 1 lead change. Rodriguez for Mallory Santos, and a foul underneath, a push against Wachusett. The Wachusett numbers are a little bit hard to pick up because the white is coated with green around it. It's on Tegan Lampfer, her first, third team foul against Wachusett. Panthers will inbound it. Santos for Malamina. Lena in the paint, powers her way up, and no, it's blocked by Scott. And the rebound by Yurkis, not a rebound, but the loose ball picked up by Yurkis. Here's Lampfer. She drives, she floats one up, no. Nice rebound here by the Panthers. In the game is Sophia Sacramone, who got that board. 7-7, 3:36 to go in the first quarter. Driving the kick out, the 3-ball is blocked by Scott. Jalen Scott blocked the 3-ball attempt by Mallory Santos. That's 2 or 3 blocks by Scott already tonight. We're just midway through and beyond the first period. Franklin still with 20 to shoot. Tie score at 7. Santos drops it for Bonacci. Malamina in the paint. She loses the ball. Steal by Yurkis. Here come the Mountaineers. Tie game. Right side. Fake here by Lampfer. Her pull-up shot is good. Tegan Lampfer gives us the second lead change. 5 in a row now run by Wachusett. They have it by 2. Bonacci over the timeline for Sacramone. A long 3 by Malamina. No good. Rebound Scott. Jalen Scott has it tipped away. It's going to be a foul on Bonacci. And for her first. Third team foul against the Panthers. 3 players with 1. 3 players with 1 on Wachusett. And coming into the game is Kaylee Fernandez, and going out is Mallory Santos for Coach John Layton of the Panthers. In the paint, it's tipped. It's going to be Franklin winning. Nice tip by Malamina off a player of Wachusett. Checking in for Coach Jim Oxford is Bryn Dillon. She is a 5'11 senior. A lot of height on Wachusett. Sacramone. Malamina almost stolen, but Lena has the ball stolen. Just a pass that was picked out of midair. Ella Killinen is in the game for Wachusett. The right side, there's the long three, and that is good. Nothing but net by Ella Killinen. A 3-ball. And this is the biggest lead of the game, and Coach John Layton takes a timeout. 12-7. 8 straight run by Wachusett. Looking at the scouting report, talking to Coach Jim Oxford of Wachusett, he had this to say about Franklin. Good defense, aggressive play, scrappy play, a lot of cutting and kicking out to the side for the shot, and they'll dribble and dish. So that was his scouting report on the Panthers. For Coach John Layton, we talked to him before the game. He said there's no one key to stopping Wachusett. They're that good. We need to play aggressive. We need to combat their quickness and try to slow them down a little bit. We need to look for a good shot, take it when it's given to us, but other than that, maybe slow the game down just a little bit. He feels that Wachusett may have some vulnerabilities in giving up the three. So look for the Panthers to hoist a few threes here tonight. And as we said, the first game was won by by 23 by Wachusett. It was a closer game than that. And it was a game that these coaches like. They like the stiff competition. These are two top teams. How about Wachusett? 2 losses in 2 years. That's it. Their first loss last year was in the state championship game. And they lost only 1 this year as well. Here we go. Play back in. 2:04 to go. Fernandez has it bottled up. She saves it. Gets it over to Fernandez from Rodriguez, I should say. This is Malamina. Driving the lane, puts it up. No, it's blocked. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. And actually, Malamina caught the ball standing out of bounds. And DeGiorgio comes back in along with Chloe Fales. 1:51 to go. First period, 12-7, Wachusett. Pull up there by Gibbons. Ball is toward the backcourt, but it is a backcourt violation. I thought maybe it was deflected, but no. Picked up by Lampfer, and that's a backcourt violation. Paul Semenko with the call. Again, working with Sarah Dio. Franklin with Fernandez, Bonacci, Fales, DeGiorgio, and Malamina on the court right now. 1:38 to go in the first period. A cross-court pass. A good fake by Fernandez. Top for Malamina for 3. It's no good. Rebound, Scott. 1:20 left. Scott will drop it to a teammate. This is Lampfer in the paint. Goes down, up, no good. Rebound controlled by Fernandez of the Panthers. Kaylee. Malamina coming up on 1 minute to go in the period. Fernandez drops it, picks it up. Bonacci, the captain, for DeGiorgio. 16 to shoot, fails. Bounce pass in the corner, Bonacci, she's got position, puts it up. No, it just rimmed out. Nice rebound by Fernandez, and it's out of bounds off of Wachusett. Nice offensive rebound by Kaylee Fernandez. Her shot misfired. Yurkis comes back in. Also coming back in is Mallory Santos, and DeGiorgio will go out. Nope, they're going to have another player go out. There are 6 players on the court at the moment. It'll be Malamina who's coming out. 43.9 seconds to go. Franklin has the ball in front court. Santos trying to get it in bounds. She does on a nice dish for Fales. And now a foul called after the shot, I believe. After the shot. I think it was on Scott. Jalen Scott commits her second foul. No, they're going to give Fales 2 shots here. I thought maybe it was after the shot, but Fales with 2. That's no good. She's 2 for 3 from the stripe. And Jalen Scott takes a seat. I believe she has 2 fouls. Fales with another free throw, trying to end an 8-point Wachusett run. And she does not. Rebound controlled by the Mountaineers, Sophie Gibbons. 35 seconds to go in the period. Gibbons with the ball. Franklin again, player-to-player defense. Stutter step move. Over for Lampher. 18 to shoot. Lampher, left wing, a long 3 there. That's no good. Rebound, Mallory Santos, and she's tied up. She did not see Lampher from behind, and she was tied up. She was tied up for an arrow, which points to the Panthers. And Franklin will have it in the backcourt with 14 seconds to go in the period. Bonacci. To Giorgio for 3. That's no good. Rebound, nice by Fales. She pops, it's good. Chloe Fales breaks the 8-point run and drops one in for her 4th point. And there's the buzzer ending the first quarter. 12-9 after 1, as Franklin had a 3-point lead on 2 occasions, 5-2 and 7-4, but the Panthers gave up some points on an 8-point run, finally stopped on the nice bucket by Fales. So Franklin has 9 and Wachusett has 12 after the first period. So 1 quarter is in the books. Wachusett 12, Franklin 9. Again, Wachusett, the number 2 ranked team in the state. Franklin, I believe, last glance was number 8. Taking a look at rebounds, Franklin has actually out-rebounded Wachusett tonight so far, 12-7 with 6 offensive rebounds. Wachusett does not have an offensive rebound. How about that? 4 turnovers apiece. Franklin not shooting very well. 3 for 15 from the field. That's 20%. Wachusett 5 for 10 for 50. From three-point land, Franklin 1 for 7. Wachusett 1 for 3. And points off turnovers, Wachusett has scored 7 points off the 4 Franklin turnovers. Franklin scored 3 points off the 4 Wachusett turnovers. Thank our statistician Stephen Royswich for the facts and figures here tonight. And we move to the second period. Wachusett with the ball, up by 3. The largest lead was 5. Franklin had 2 3-point leads. Kicked out here. Kielanen, she buried a 3 earlier. The drive here, the shot is blocked by DeGiorgio. There's going to be a foul on DeGiorgio. For Lauren, that is her first foul. And at the line will be shooting 2, Hannah Quinn. She's a 5'7" sophomore. Quinn in the air. No good. We stay at 12-9. Second free throw. That is good. So Quinn makes 1 of 2. And Wachusett leads it by 4. DeGiorgio. Nice cut down for Fernandez, but a beautiful steal. Quick hands by Sophie Gibbons. Tremendous quick hands. On the turnover, Gibbons holds. Down low, York is tipped away by DeGiorgio for Bonacci. Franklin for Fernandez, flying into front court, misses the layup. It's tipped over to a Mountaineer. And here they come the other way with the 4-point lead. Right side, top of the key. A long 3 by Lampford. That's no good. Nice box out by the Panthers, and DeGiorgio with the rebound. For Fales. Fales takes it strong to the hoop, lays it up, misses the layup. Rebound Gibbons. Sophie Gibbons quickly, coast to coast, puts it up, and no good. Offensive rebound is good. Put up in there by Yurkis. Kyla Yurkis. We mentioned her size, 6'1". That's her first field goal. It's a 6-point lead, the largest of the night so far for Wachusett. And there's a steal. Here come the Mountaineers again. Ahead of the field here, up and no good. An offensive foul called on Tegan Lampfer. Foul on Lamfer, her second. So 2 Wachusett Mountaineers with 2 fouls. We believe Scott has 2. Their star player, Jalen Scott, what a player she is, 6-foot junior. And Tegan Lamfer, only a sophomore, but very talented. And she has her second foul. Timeout called here on the court. And that was called by Wachusett's coach, Jim Oxford, I believe. 15-9 is your score. The leading scorers in the game are 3 players with 4. 2 for the Mountaineers. It's Lamfer and Scott. And for the Panthers, Chloe Fales has 4. Malamina has 3, and DeGiorgio has 2. There's your 9 points. The other scorers for Wachusett, it's Yerkes with 3, Kellenen with 3, and Hannah Quinn with 1. And that's it for the total of 15 here. This is the second to the last regular season game for the Panthers. They'll close out the regular season tomorrow night in Sharon, at Sharon, and that'll be the last game before playoff time, and we'll await the seeding, which I believe will take place on February 22nd, and Franklin TV hopes to have a bracket analysis show for you on that day, so stay tuned for that. We'll run down all the big matchups and the way the whole tournament will be taking shape. That's a week from tomorrow on February 22nd. It may be the next day, the Saturday. The 22nd is Saturday, I beg your pardon. Here's a jump shot by Rodriguez, that's no good. Rebound though by the Panthers. Offensive rebound, back to DeGiorgio. Fails, dishes it out for Rodriguez. Tessa, El Bonacci, hesitation move, dishes it here, and a foul called. It's going to be away from the ball on Sophie Gibbons. She fouled DeGiorgio. And that's only the second team foul. Of course, we just basically started the second quarter 2 minutes and 2 seconds ago. The fouls revert to 0 after each quarter begins. Bonacci has to get it in. She does to DeGiorgio. Lauren for El Bonacci. Right side. And there's a travel called on the Panthers. In the game now is Elizabeth Dumas for Franklin. Dumas, a 5'9" junior, wearing number 24 out there. Coming the other way is Sophie Gibbons. 15-9, 5:48 to go. Clock is not moving. Now it does. It didn't start there for a moment. This is Quinn. And she'll drop it back for big Kyla Yerkes. Down low for Yerkes. She makes the catch, dishes it there. A travel called on Yerkes. Called by Paul Semenko, the outside official on that. So a turnover against the Mountaineers, and Franklin will have it. Dumas gets it into DeGiorgio. Lauren drops it for Rodriguez, for Chloe Fales. Drive here by Dumas, it's blocked by Yerkes, and out of bounds. Franklin will have it with 18 to shoot. It's another block by Wachusett. They are big. They are quick also. Comes into Tessa Rodriguez. Rodriguez will drop it for Fales. Tessa's only a freshman. Here is Dumas. She stops, picks up her dribble for Rodriguez. 6 to shoot. Fales will launch the 3 ball. That's no good. Rebound battle for it. Franklin goes down. A travel called on Tessa Rodriguez. And Malamina will check in, and going out will be Elizabeth Dumas, the 5'9" junior. Under 5 to go in the second quarter, 15-9, Wachusett. Keelan has it stolen. Ahead of the field is Bonacci. Bonacci drives, lays it up, and lays it in. El Bonacci with her first 2. Franklin down by 4, I'm sorry. The largest lead was 6 a moment ago for Wachusett. 15-11. Driving through, laying it up, no, by Gibbons, and she's fouled on the play. Gibbons will shoot 2. The foul is on Chloe Fales. That's 2 on Chloe. And at the line, shooting 2 was Sophie Gibbons. She has not scored yet tonight. 5'8" junior. In the air, and she misses. Coming into the game now is Sacramone, and Fales goes out with her 2 fouls. Second free throw is no good. And the rebound by Malamina. Lena. Cross-court pass. Rodriguez. Back to Bonacci. Malamina behind the back with the dribble. Goes to work on the right side. Loses it out of bounds. Turnover against the Panthers. Eight turnovers against Franklin here tonight so far in the first half. With it is Caroline Mahoney, who's in the game for Wachusett. Pull-up jump shot there is good off the glass by Sophie Gibbons, her first points. Gibbons drops one in. It's back to a 6-point lead. Under 4 to go here in the second period. This is Bonacci. Nice fake. The layup up and good. What a beautiful ball fake by El Bonacci. The captain doing the job. Panthers down by 4. Bonacci with 4 points. Tough defense and picked off in there by DiGiorgio. DiGiorgio from Sacramone for back over on the right side. This is Malamina for 3. It rims out. Rebound by Rodriguez. She saves it into, check that, DiGiorgio, who misses the floater. The rebound comes to Gibbons. 3:08 to go. Good ball movement by the Panthers and good defense, and an offensive foul called here against Wachusett. A hip movement. The hip. I think it's going to be on Yurkis. If so, that's her first. Third team foul against Wachusett. And near steal picked up by Malamina. Not a lot of scoring for the Panthers so far tonight. A 3 ball there is no good. Sacramone gets her own rebound up. No. Rebound controlled by Lampher, and she's fouled on the play by, I believe it's on Sacramone. It is for Sophia, her first. Third team foul against the Panthers, and a whistle and a timeout called here. Timeout, 2:44 to go. 17-13. As the Panthers have had some trouble scoring, only 4 points this quarter. And Wachusett has scored 5. So kind of a close period here. Wachusett by 4. Velcourt scored the Panthers by 1. Timeout by Jim Oxford, the coach of Wachusett. That's his second 3 to go for him. Again, not a lot of scoring. 2 players with 4 for Wachusett, Lampher and Scott, and for Franklin, Fales and Bonacci now with 4. And so there you have it, 17-13 with 2:44 to go. Offensive rebounds, Franklin now with 10. They're rebounding 47% of their missed shots. Wachusett with 1, rebounding only 11% of their missed shots. Franklin has attempted 12 more field goals than Wachusett. That's amazing. Franklin, though, only shooting 19%. Wachusett with 2 more hoops in 12 less attempts. So that's a 50% mark from the field for Wachusett. Franklin at 19%. 3 balls, Franklin 1 of 10, Wachusett 1 of 4. So each team with only 1 triple here tonight. 2:38 to go in the second quarter. Here's Lampher. Yurkis hands it off. All alone in the corner for a long 3. That's no good. Rebound by DiGiorgio. That 3 was taken by Lampher. Bonacci, Sacramone. Malamina, Santos. Bonacci, cross court for Malamina. She'll fake the 3. And pulls up the dribble. Sacramone, 18 to shoot. Sophia for DiGiorgio. She'll take the 3 ball and make the 3 ball. Lauren DiGiorgio with 5. She's the game's leading scorer. The Panthers down by 1 on a 5-point run and counting with under 2 to go in the quarter. And the steal by El Bonacci, and is thrown away the other way. Oh, the Panthers had a chance to take the lead. Picked off by Lampher. Tegan Lampher, a 5'6" sophomore. Dribbling through. She puts one up. No, and she's going to shoot two. Nice job by Lampher. And the foul is going to be on Malamina. That's 2 on Malamina. And Tegan Lampher, her first visit to the line, she'll be shooting 2. 17-16. Tegan Lampher in the air. That's good. So she has 5. It's back to a 2-point lead for Wachusett. Fiona Morrison is in the game for the Panthers, along with Kaylee Fernandez. Fiona, 6-foot senior. Second free throw, that's also good by Lampher. So she's got 6. Panthers down by 3 with 1:28 to go. First half. Fernandez for DeGiorgio. DeGiorgio's played a strong game here tonight. This is Santos. Top out for Fernandez. Kaylee in the paint. Nice catch by Bonacci. 12 to shoot. L for DeGiorgio in the paint. Dishes it back to Bonacci. Over for Santos. Up and no good. Rebound Santos. It's blocked. Rebound Bonacci is blocked. 2 straight blocks. Bonacci on the ground. Gets it over to DeGiorgio. What a hustle play. Over to Santos for Fernandez. 25 to shoot. Franklin working hard on offense. Morrison. She pulls up for Bonacci. L driving. Puts one up. No. Rebound controlled by the Mountaineers. Ahead of the field here is Gibbons. She catches up with the ball. Floats one down. Up and good. What great ball movement by the Mountaineers to get that basket. And it was scored there by Kielanen, who's got 5 off the bench. Kellenen, I guess. It's down up to 5 now. 4 straight by the Mountaineers, and a travel called on Fiona Morrison. 21-16, 15.5 seconds to go in the first half. Wachusett against some pressure by the Panthers. Wachusett over the timeline. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. This is Lampher. She'll dish it. Baseline jump shot is good. Nothing but net by Caroline Mahoney. And that closes out the first half on a 6-point run to close out the half by the Mountaineers. So your score at halftime is Wachusett 23 and Franklin 16. In that period, it was 11-7. Wachusett by 4. They led by 3, so they lead it by 7 here at halftime. We'll take a look at the quick scoring summaries, then we're going to pause, maybe give you a statistic or two, and let's take a look at the scoring. The leading scorer in the game is Tegan Lampher with 6 for Wachusett. Next up for the Mountaineers, Jalen Scott with 4. She didn't play much in the second quarter. He had 2 quick fouls. Ella Kellenen off the bench has 5, and Hannah Quinn has 1, and Kyla Yerkes has 2 for their total of 23. The other side of the ledger for Franklin, the leading scorer is Lauren DeGiorgio with 5, Chloe Fales with 4, El Bonacci with 4, and Lena Malamina with 3 for the Franklin total of 16. So Wachusett got some great help off the bench with 7 points. The Franklin starters have all of their 16 points. We're going to pause here as we have a junior game going on the court. We're going to pause at halftime and come back in 9 minutes for the start of the second half. Your score at halftime is Wachusett 23, Franklin 16. We'll be back in about 9 minutes. Welcome back to the Franklin High Gym. We're at halftime. Halftime nearly over. Wachusett leads Franklin 23-16. Pete Royce with you, Chris Leverone alongside. Some statistics in the first half of note. Franklin has done a good job off the offensive glass with 13 offensive rebounds. However, they only have 4 second chance points, so they're not finishing with those offensive rebounds. Their shooting percentage is very low, 6 for 31, 19%. And Wachusett is shooting over 60% on its two-point attempts. And overall, including the threes, they're 9 of 17, still over 52%. And get this, Wachusett has blocked 7 Franklin shots, several of them by their great forward. That would be Kaylin Scott, who has, I think, 3 blocks herself, maybe even 4, as Jalen Scott has 4 points to go with those blocks. We start the second half. Franklin down by 7 as Wachusett finished the first half on a 6-point run. Franklin with the ball in white, blue trim. Wachusett in their Mountaineer green. This is Bonacci, gets the screen from Santos. Pull up free throw line, jump shot is good off the glass. Off the glass and in by Bonacci. She now is the leading scorer in the game with 6 points. Franklin down by 5. And shot there, misfire. It's back to the Panthers. I'm sorry, Lampher also has 6 for Wachusett. This is Fales. Fales drives through, puts it up, around and in. Chloe Fales with a nice move. Franklin with 2 quick field goals. The lead is down to 3. They've scored 4 straight. Fales now with 6 points. And the steal. Here's Fales again from Santos. Fales will stop. Bounce pass. Bonacci drives. It's blocked. Another block by Wachusett. Their 8th of the game. Malamina fakes, draws the defense off. A 3-ball by Bonacci. It's no good. Rebound Santos. She drops it for DeGiorgio. Puts it up and good. DeGiorgio with a nice feed from Santos. Franklin is down by 1. They started the half with a 6-point run. Here is Wachusett back. No good, getting her own rebound is Lampher and scoring it. An offensive rebound. Lampher now ends the 6-point run with a field goal. She's the leading scorer in the game with 8. Franklin down by 3. Nice start for the Panthers in this half. Santos. Right side for DeGiorgio. Lauren tonight with 7 points. This is Malamina. Drives, stutter step move for Bonacci. Cross-court pass for DeGiorgio. She'll pull up. Right side for Fales. 7 to shoot. Chloe out deep for Malamina. She'll take a long 3 and miss it. Rebound, good box out by the Mountaineers. And this is going to be Gibbons. A 3-ball from the corner is no good. Rebound fails. Fails pass to protect the ball from the strong defense by the Mountaineers. Franklin can tie it with a 3-ball. Malamina, cross-court pass for Santos. Mallory looking for cutters. DeGiorgio, it's going to be out of bounds. Tip off of Wachusett. And it'll be Panther ball with 5:27 to go in the quarter. Franklin has played 10 players so far tonight. Oxford 8 to the best of my count. Santos, Bonacci back to Mallory Santos. DeGiorgio, 15 to shoot. A 3-ball by Santos is no good. Rebound is controlled and a foul is going to be on Fales. Fales commits the foul, her 3rd, as she fouled the rebounder, and that would be Caroline Mahoney. Non-shooting foul, the first foul of the quarter for either team, goes to the Panthers. This is Yerkes. Franklin down by 3. They started strong here, but they gave up a hoop. It's back to 3. They had it down to 1. First game between these two teams, Wachusett won by 23 points in Holden. This is Scott. Jalen up with a nice touch. Beautiful touch by Jalen Scott. And she now has 6 and 2 straight buckets by the Mountaineers after Franklin opened the quarter with 3 straight. This is Fales up and no good. Rebound, the steal by Bonacci for Fales. Chloe for Santos. And Franklin will reset the offense. The corner 3-ball by DeGiorgio is no good. Rebound controlled by Wachusett. Quick outlet. On the fly is Lampher. She'll pull up for the jump shot. It's no good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Malamina. Over to Yurkis. Now stolen by Santos. 27-22. Here's Malamina. Takes it strong. Dishes it back out to Fales, who gets it. Left side for DiGiorgio. Back to Malamina. Malamina picked up by Yurkis. Cross-court pass. DiGiorgio, baseline. Free throw line. Top of the key. Malamina hits the 3-ball. Her second triple. And Franklin is down by 2. Malamina with 2 triples for 6 points. Nice lift downside, but how about the defense by El Bonacci, the captain, knocking it out of bounds. Sacramone comes in and Fales, goes out. Chloe has 3 fouls for Coach John Layton's team. 3:54 to go. Franklin down by 2 against the number 2 ranked team in the state. I believe Franklin is number 8. High floater picked up by Scott. Jalen puts it up, no good. Tipped out of bounds. Franklin ball. Good defense by Sacramone and Santos as they boxed in Sophie Gibbons. Franklin can tie it with a 2, take the lead with a 3. 2 ties in the first half, 2 lead changes in the first half. Nothing since in the second half. I believe all of that was in the first quarter. This is DiGiorgio. She'll take the 3 for the lead, and no. Rebound is tipped around and controlled by Sacramone to Bonacci for Santos, and she's called for traveling. And unfortunately, she made the hoop, but it won't count as Tessa Rodriguez comes in, and going out is Lauren DiGiorgio. 3:28 to go in the third quarter. 27-25. Wachusett with the lead with the ball. Jalen Scott. This is Caroline Mahoney for Scott. Scott down low for Yurkis, who shot up, no good. Rebound Bonacci for Rodriguez. Over to Sacramone for Santos. Top of the key, Malamina. She fakes the 3, does not launch. Pass is in trouble there, but it's connected by Bonacci. Back for Malamina. Lena to the top for Rodriguez. Tessa dishes it out. 15 to shoot. Malamina, she'll take the 3-ball and miss it. High rebound. Scott soared in the air to pull that down. Rebound, the pass up ahead for Yurkis. What great ball movement by Wachusett. And Yurkis puts in her 5th point of the game. It's a 4-point lead for the Mountaineers with 2:33 to go in the third. This is Malamina. Lena, cross-court pass, picked off in there by Rodriguez. Picked by Rodriguez for Bonacci. DiGiorgio getting ready to check back in. Malamina, baseline, cross-court pass for Santos, 10 to shoot. Rodriguez fakes. Bonacci, 7 to shoot in the lane. Her floater up and no good. Rebound, battle for controlled by Yurkis. She's got great height at 6'1". Fast break for the Mountaineers. A 3-ball by Gibbons. It's no good. Rebound Sacramone. She wasn't looking for a moment, but she did gather herself and get the rebound for Rodriguez. Cross-court down for Santos. Up and blocked. Blocked that time by Caroline Mahoney of Wachusett. Wachusett had 7 blocks in the first half, and at least 2 here in the third quarter. They're near 10 if they haven't hit 10 already. Wachusett with the ball up by 4, 1:46 to go. Third quarter. Full court pressure. Scott gets it up for Yurkis. Right side, a 3-ball there by Gibbons is good. Sophie Gibbons buries the 3, and it's a 7-point lead. This ties with their largest. They had it by 7 at halftime, 23-16. Rodriguez in the paint, dishes it left side. Sacramone for 3, that's short. Rebound controlled on the floor. Great hustle, a travel called on Bonacci. And on the turnover, it'll go to the Mountaineers with 1:18 to go in the third quarter. Pete Royce with you high above courtside here at the Franklin High Gym. Near steal, and now there is the steal. Tip from Rodriguez to Sacramone. Back to Rodriguez. She can't control it. Out of bounds. No real steal there because Wachusett never had full control. And the Panthers will have it. 1:05 to go in the third quarter. And Yurkis comes out. And coming back into the game is Bryn Dillon. Franklin with the ball in front court. To Giorgio Rodriguez. Bonacci picked up by Scott. Right side, drive by Fernandez, dishes it back out. A free ball by Rodriguez, around and out. Offensive rebound by Sacramone, but she can't finish it. Here's Jalen Scott, tipped out of bounds by DiGiorgio. Nice defensive play by Lauren. Malamina will check back in, and going out will be El Bonacci with 45.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. 32-25. Wachusett had a 7-point lead at halftime. They have it right now. Yurkis in the paint. Floater up and no good. How did that not drop in? Rebound Rodriguez for Sacramone. Sophia for Malamina. Cross court for DiGiorgio. Lauren dishes it back for Sacramone. 23 seconds to shoot. 25 seconds left in the quarter. Fernandez for DiGiorgio. 16 to shoot. Malamina against Yurkis. Back on the right side, Fernandez baseline, nowhere to go with it there. Bounce pass for a Panther is Rodriguez. She's fouled on the play. I think the foul is on Gibbons. I believe that's 2 on Gibbons. Franklin have 11.9 seconds left in the quarter. Down by 7. Out deep for DiGiorgio. 10 to shoot. A long pass goes into the stands. Too strong. Tended there for Sacramone. She couldn't reach it. And Wachusett will have it in their own backcourt with 6.9 seconds to go in the period. This is Gibbons up in front for Scott. Too far. A turnover there. And Franklin will have 3 seconds to do something here. 32-25. Wachusett with the lead. This is Sacramone from more than midcourt. And she had a good shot at it. It just fell short. And the third quarter comes to a close. So in that period, a stalemate. Wachusett scored 9 and Franklin scored 9. Franklin has had periods of 9, 7, and 9. Wachusett 12, 11, and 9. The leading scorer in the game now is Tegan Lampfer of Wachusett with 8. Jalen Scott has 6. Sophie Gibbons has 5. Caroline Mahoney has 2. Ella Kellenen has 5. Hannah Quinn has 1. And Kyla Yurkis has 5 for the Mountaineers for their total of 32. For Franklin, the leading scorers are a couple of players with 6. Chloe Fales with 6. And El Bonacci with 6. I beg your pardon. Lauren DiGiorgio has 7. She is the leading scorer for the Panthers. Lampfer with 8 for Wachusett. Rodriguez hasn't scored. Fernandez hasn't scored. Morrison hasn't scored. Sacramone hasn't scored. Bonacci with 6. Dumas hasn't scored. And Malamina has 6. We start the fourth and final period. Franklin shooting 21% from the field. Wachusett 46%. 3 balls, Franklin 3 for 20, Wachusett 2 for 8. Rebounds, Franklin 32, Wachusett 23. That's a surprise because Wachusett is really big. Franklin getting a lot of offensive rebounds. This is Jalen Scott. Draws a double team for Yurkis at the free throw line. Starts to move, loses the ball. Good defense by the Panthers. Sacramone, and there's going to be a foul. Foul on Wachusett. Foul is going to be on, let's see, I think it was on Lampfer. If so, that's 3 on her. Not sure of that. Again, the uniforms are hard to pick up with that green outline, a black outline on a white or greenish number. Wachusett ball in the corner here. This is Sophie Gibbons. She has 5 at the free throw line for Scott. Nice catch, up and good, and she's fouled on the play. Jalen Scott with 8. A nice power move. And that foul, I believe, is going to be on Sacramone, her second. And Jalen Scott has given the Mountaineers their largest lead of the night at 9. Scott, free throw is good. Nice looking free throw by the talented junior Scott. She has 9, leading scorer in the game now. And Wachusett has a 10-point lead. Malamina. Sacramone for 3, that's no good. Rebound Scott. Scott just so graceful as she climbs the air to take those rebounds down. For Yurkis, shot is up, it's good, and she's fouled by Malamina. For Lena, her third foul. Yurkis now with 7. Great teamwork by the Mountaineers. And a whistle and a timeout called. 37-25. It was a 1-point game midway through the third period when Franklin scored early on in the third period. Franklin scored the first 3 buckets of the third quarter to close a 7-point gap to 1. But after that, it's been built up to where now it's a 12-point lead, 37-25. Turnovers in the game. Franklin has forced 16 Wachusett turnovers, and Franklin has committed 13 of its own. Points off turnovers, Wachusett 13 off the 13 Franklin turnovers. How about that? 1 point for each turnover. Franklin only 9 off the 16 Wachusett turnovers. The Mountaineers on a 10-point run, 37-25. It was a 2-point game, and it's now 12. 10 straight. And here, shooting the chance to complete the 3-point play, is Kyla Yurkis, the tall freshman at 6'1" in the air. Perfect. She's 2 for 3 from the stripe tonight. She's got 8. Franklin down by 13 on an 11-point run. Here's Fales. Bonacci dishes it in the corner for DeGiorgio. DeGiorgio has her pocket picked by Jalen Scott. Scott into forecourt, lays it up and lays it in. Jalen Scott now in double figures with 11. It's a 15-point lead. A 13-point run by Wachusett has opened this game up here in the fourth quarter. Fernandez gets the ball, drives, stops, bottled up there, back for Mallory Santos. Bonacci for 3, that's short. Rebound Scott. Bullet pass out front on the right wing, spinning through the lane is Gibbons, up, no. Nice defense by DeGiorgio. And Franklin has it, down by 15, coming up on 6 minutes to go in the game. Fails. Drives through, going to put one up, no, and she's going to shoot 2 at the line. Chloe Fales will shoot 2. The foul is going to be on Lampfer, and that should be 3 or 4 on Lampfer. I think it's 4 on Teagan. And Chloe Fales will be at the line shooting 2. She's 2 for 4 from the stripe here tonight. She has 6 points. Franklin trying to end this 13-point run. They do not. Franklin hasn't taken many free throws tonight. That's only their 5th one of the game. They've missed 3, made 2. Free throw, up, that's no good. Rebound Scott. Up court, all the way through was Mahoney, lays it up and lays it in. A nice look up court by Scott. It's a 15-point run for Wachusett and counting. Fails, she'll take the 3 ball, then miss it. Rebound Scott. Scott upfield again, up court it comes. The layup there is no good. Rebound to Giorgio. So Wachusett releasing a player while the shot is going up, and Scott has been looking up court and finding that player. And the ball is tipped to the backcourt and stolen. There's the drive up and good by Gibbons. A talented player. Sophie Gibbons now with 7. The steal in the basket, not easy to do, going full out like that. A 16-point run and counting. Here's Rodriguez for 3, that's no good. Rebound is controlled by the Mountaineers. Right side, down low for Scott. She loses it, down on the court. Coming up with it is Bonacci. El Bonacci, she is just so tenacious on defense. Fails, Franklin trying to break the ice here. A big run brewing for the Mountaineers. Here's Rodriguez for Bonacci for fails. Chloe, player down on the court, is Bonacci. A 3-ball there is no good, and a technical foul called. A technical foul called here. That's a rarity. I think it was on Coach Layton. Called for the technical. And it's going to be Yurkis shooting the other way. A rarity. I believe that was on Coach Layton. Yurkis with the free throw. That's good. She's going to get another. She's got 9. Second free throw. That's also good. You can see why she shoots the technicals. She's 4 for 5 from the stripe, and it's a 21-point lead. 19-point run by Wachusett, and a whistle and a timeout. So a rarity there, a technical called, I believe, on Coach, and it's the biggest lead of the night. 21 on a 19-point run for Wachusett. The Mountaineers shooting 18 for 35 from the field. That's 51%. Franklin 10 of 51. They've launched 16 more shots but made 8 fewer. 19%. 3 points, not much better. Franklin 3 for 24, 12%. Wachusett 2 for 8, 25%. Free throws, Franklin 2 for 6. Wachusett 8 for 12. Rebounds, amazing. Franklin 34, Wachusett 28. Offensive rebounds, Franklin 17. Wachusett 2. That's amazing. Second chance points. Franklin with only 6. Wachusett with only 4. Turnovers now. Franklin 16. Wachusett 17. Points off turnovers. This is a big one. Wachusett 19 off the 16 Franklin turnovers. Franklin 9 off the 17 Wachusett turnovers. Following the technical, it'll be the Mountaineers with the ball. And they have the big lead, Gibbons, and she's fouled by Rodriguez. So Franklin trying to stop the big run, but having little success doing that. Foul on Rodriguez here first. Ball will be put in bounds. Wachusett is 16-1 at the moment, the number 2 ranked team in the state. Franklin 14-5. Franklin will close out its regular season tomorrow on the road at Sharon. They're looking to go to 13-3 in the Hawk. This is Gibbons with 23 to shoot. Sophie Gibbons to the top for Yurkis. Right side for Gibbons. Gibbons back to Yurkis, under 10 to shoot. Lampher. She drives, offensive foul on Lampher. Great defense by Chloe Fails. Tremendous defense. Foul on Lampher. And we play on with 3:55 to go. That's 4 fouls now on Lampher. Franklin go down by 21. It's a 19-point run and counting for Wachusett. Franklin has not scored this period. A 3-ball, and now they have. That's good by DeGiorgio, and she's in double figures with 10. Ends a long run of 19. Big run from the third quarter to here. Under 3.5 to go in the game. For Scott, Jalen has it dropped. Mallory Santos with a nice feed. In the game here for the drive is Juliana Owen. It's no good. Rebound Scott. Here come the Mountaineers again on the fast break. They've done that quite a bit here tonight. Lampher pulls it up for Gibbons. Sophie, she's got 7 tonight. Sophie stops. 14 to shoot. Under 3 to go in the game. Lampher loses the ball but picks it up. A long 3 at the buzzer is no good just before the shot clock was to violate. And that's a tip and a steal. Steal by Wachusett. They'll do it all over again with a new shot clock. Lampher in the paint. She pulls it up and misses. An offensive foul. I believe she's fouled out. I believe that's 5 on Lampher. And she will go out with 2:30 to go in the game. 4th foul of against the team. And so the Panthers have it down by 18. Malamina. This is Owen, and she loses it. Steal by Scott. Again, looking up court like she does so many times for Sophie Gibbons. This is Kellenen for 3. That's no good. Rebound Scott up and good. Scott with a tremendous rebound. She's got 13 now and a timeout called. Franklin down by 20 again, 48-28. So Franklin will need to regroup here. With only 2:07 to go. They've not scored many points here in this half, only 12 in the entire half, only 3 in the 4th period. And Wachusett has scored 25 in the half and 16 in this period to open up a big lead. Remember, they had a 19-point run from the end of the 3rd quarter to about 3 minutes to go here in the ball game. Taking a look at the statistics, again, one interesting one is Wachusett has had 9 blocked shots. They blocked 9 Franklin attempts. That is a high number of blocks in one game. Give Wachusett credit for their strong play by their tall players. They have a couple of them really big. They've done the job here tonight. 2:05 to go in the game. Again, Franklin will close out its regular season tomorrow night in Sharon. We'll have the boys game against Sharon here from Franklin's High Gym tomorrow at 6:30. Here's Malamina for 3. That's no good. Rebound Bonacci gets it to Sacramone and she draws the foul. Foul on Kellenen, I believe, her first. And Sophie Sacramone will be shooting 2. Sophie Sacramone has not scored tonight. This is her first visit to the line. She's a 5'5" junior guard, softball pitcher in softball. And she gets on the board with a free throw. Franklin down by 19. Time running out on the Panthers here tonight. They lost by 23 the first time these two teams met. Sacramone misses. Scott with the rebound again. And Wachusett will take its time here. Yurkis draws the double team. Kick back to the top for Gibbons. Back for Yurkis over everything and out of bounds in the turnover against Wachusett with 1:33 left. And John Layton is going to empty his bench. Coach Layton is going to put in Maeve Grasso, Lila Regan, Claire Lakota, and let's see who else he's going to put in here. Those are the key players. Malamina is still out there along with Sacramone. So 3 new players for the Panthers getting some game time here tonight. Malamina stops in the paint. And she'll take the turnaround jump shot, missing it. Rebound tapped around. Sacramone up and no good. Rebound by the Mountaineers. So another offensive look before Gibbons comes down with the ball. And a travel called. Is it travel or a timeout? Oxford wants to empty his bench. And so he does take a timeout, not a travel, a timeout to get everybody in the game. Try to identify some of the players. Shea O'Brien is in there. Bryn Dillon is in there. Check out also in there is Lucy Gibbons, the freshman sister of Sophie Gibbons, the junior. Down low, the left side also in the game is Ruth Marcel. And the ball is out of bounds. Thrown through the fingertips there of Bryn Dillon with 45 seconds to go in the game. 48-29. A low-scoring output for the Panthers here tonight. With it is Lila Regan. Regan for Maeve Grasso. Maeve on the right side, caught there by Claire Lakota. Back for Regan. Left side for Grasso. Right side, the jump shot by Regan is a 3-ball by Lila Regan. And a nice hoop there by the Panthers. It's a 16-point game. Last 17 seconds of this one. A long three the other way. That's an air ball picked off by Regan, taken by Lucy Gibbons. And here comes Reagan with 6 seconds to go. Reagan on the right side. A travel called on Lila Reagan. And the ball will go to the Mountaineers with 3.6 seconds to go. Remember, we'll be on the air tomorrow night with the boys' last regular season home game, I believe. No, that's not right. They're going to have some non-league games to finish it out. This game is over as Franklin is held to 32 points, and Wachusett goes to 17-1 with a 48-32 point victory over the Panthers here tonight. The leading scorer in the game was Jalen Scott with 13. Next up, Kyla Yurkis with 10. And for Franklin, their leading scorer was Lauren DeGiorgio with 10. And Fales had 6 along with Malamina and Bonacci. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. By the way, Franklin had 19 offensive rebounds, but only 7 second chance points. One of the interesting figures in this game. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. I'd like to thank our statistician, Stephen Royswich, our technologist and our camera operator here tonight is Chris Leverone. This is Pete Roy saying so long from the Franklin High Gym. The final score for the final time, Wachusett 48, Franklin 32. Till tomorrow night, so long, neighbors.